Everything in this life has a method, which can be the formula.
It's authentic. Good evening, everyone. Here I am once more to present my conclusions over the topic that was raised a few days ago. A topic about marriage. Why marriage no longer lasts these days? The reason that there are a whole lot of people that are divorcing even after few days or weeks or even months after their marriages. So here I am to present my own suggestion or my own explanation towards what could be the real cause of all these kind of anomalies or misbehaviors in these present lives, as it wasn't the case in the olden days, as before or during the days of our forefathers.
Well, like, comment, and share.
So myself, I like viewing things from the background, as in from nature, just like physics, as in seeing things the way they are from nature, from real life. So I think marriage is better viewed in the same way that Igbo people viewed it, as in our people view it as like a blind package. More that you don't even know what it is that is contained in it. You can only be able to assume what could be a content, but you can never know exactly what is inside the package. So you go and procure that package. When you procure it, you can never tell what is inside it until you have gotten it and you opened it. So that's what I will say that marriage is all about. These days people try to do many things to like try and emphasize or to try and divulge. Is this a correct English? I don't know. That to try and decipher, yeah, try and define out what is content before they go into it, and it's not possible. So that's why they tell you that people who marry when you want to marry, just go and get your own. If you open whatever it is you open, you start managing it and managing yourself with it. So that's just it. Now I'm trying to expatiate on this claim. I will tell you that the issue we have these days is that people are no longer interested in doing things the way our people used to do it. People have these days chosen to follow the way of the wise and do things because they just can't do it. And these days we are seeing the number of divorce everywhere in our community, in our environment. So in the olden days, people will never go and marry someone without first of all going to ask questions about the family of that beautiful maiden, those people that gave birth to her and brought her up. They have to go and ask questions and know about the lady and their family, the threat that the family is known with, which has something to do with their gene. So they have to go and ask questions and know about it first. And then secondly, before the lady gets married, the lady on her own, we also have to go to the guy's, not to the guy, but to the guy's family and stay with his parents for a few days or maybe 3 weeks or thereabout to know if she can actually stay in that family for up to that length of time and for the rest of her life. If she like the family and can stay with them before the actual marriage activity will take place. And then some other things that have been done before marriages, but these days people just after is it courtship? No, after dating, just go and engage and marry, and they expect magic to happen. The problem we have these days is that we don't understand anymore what marriage is all about, and we don't even care to. People are just seeing it as a different phase of excitement or phase of life. They just want to go and enjoy themselves. After enjoying yourself in your single life, you want to go and enjoy yourself in another direction and show people that you have started belonging or existing as an unmarried. People don't understand what this marriage is all about, and that's the problem. Marriage is just like a different area, a mature area of life, a mature stage of life, not area, a mature stage of life, where you go and you create another world, the same world you live in. That's where you get to start procreating. You can give birth to a lady, as well, you can pregnant a lady and she gives birth. That's just it. But for it to happen the natural way, it should be so that the children will not have any mental or otherwise issues. It has to be through marriages. So that's a standard unnatural process through which progression happens. So marriage is just you finding someone that you can stay with, and you going to the person, and both of you and coming together to understand yourselves, and then create a different world or a new world in the same world we are living in. And that's why they tell you that the society we are is dependent on the activities happening in each marriages. So we are trying to explain marriage as a package. Marriage is just like a package that you can never know the content until you might have procured it. And there are two things you can get from it. One is the real content of it. Two is the way you opened it. So people will bring their package and they will chew hand inside it and the thing will burst. But some will get it and open it. And while opening it, will drop to the ground and will chatter. And so as I was saying before I was interrupted, I haven't forgotten where I stopped. I'm trying to tell you that this issue or this um, theory of marriage we are talking about, that it is just a different thing. The main problem we're having these days that people have refused to understand exactly what it is that marriage is all about. They think it is a different or an additional way of enjoyment, but they forgot to understand that it is just a mature stage of life, a different stage of life. You have a single stage where you are alone with yourself and you're enjoying doing things the way you like it, and after that you get married, and once you are married, it's a different way of life because you're trying to start procreating, you're trying to start expanding, creating a new world in your own life. So now let me try to point out why I said that I'm viewing this thing from the background, as in from nature, as in like the way people view it, like a package that you don't know the content. That is because, as I said before, when you procure your own content, you can never know the content, as in what is contained in it. There is no amount of dating, even if it is a year, 10 years, or 5 years of dating or courtship, that will make you to know exactly who the person you are getting married to is. You can only get to know the person after you might have married the person, and then you people are settled. Then you are used to each other. That's when the real characters and the two of you will start coming out. So that's why I told you that there's no way you can know more than 30% of what is contained in that package you are going to procure. So that is the reason why our people in those days we go and ask questions to at least know if what they are expecting to get in that content is close to what it really is. That's why they go and ask questions and try to know the family, the thread that runs in the blood of those people. So that's one thing, things that we have chosen to neglect, and it is really eating deep within us. That's why we're having divorces everywhere. So that's it. One is that you can never know until you get married to the person and you have stayed with the person for a long time. Then the second thing is also the way you open the package. So people will go and they open it anyhow. Some will just, after they are married, they will just start enjoying themselves, going into honeymoon, trying to and make fun of what they, make enjoy themselves and have fun, forgetting that they are in another world, as in another stage of life where they need to start building together. The guy and the lady never knew themselves before. They were raised up in different environment by different people, and then because of interest they have within between themselves, they got together to marry, and then they expect that after marriage everything will just be about enjoyment. Things, good things in this life, they doesn't satisfy us, and you can't get satisfied by them. The more you have it, the more you want to have it more. At the point you get used to what you are thinking previously that was very awesome. So that's just it. When you get married to a lady, the problem we have is that people forget that at that point, you need to start trying to understand the characteristics, the characters of the person that you are united with. You cannot just come and stay and then feel that you are now together and start working without trying to know who the person really is. It is at that early stages of marriage that you need to, as in, channel your life towards where it is supposed to be. That's when you are supposed to start up and create a direction, as in map out a direction through which your life will go together. If you don't do it like that, you'll be directionless. So that's another major problem that people are having. That's why I told you that the way you open the package matters a lot. If you open the package in the feeling or in the emotion or notion of enjoyment and just merriment, your life will just become a thing of fun. So that's just it. At that early stages, that's when the guy, you have to try to know the positive and the negative characteristics or attitudes of the guy, of the lady, and the lady likewise. You know the good things about the person, know almost every good things about the person, and then the bad things about the person. You have to know that this is the way the person is, because adults never changes. So you have to know the person and then know the things you can endure, the ones you cannot endure. Keep on pointing it out until people accept that it is a collective flaw, and then you can work on it or keep it aside and take towards the positive thread or positive things about the two of you people, and then start working on. And one funny thing is that once two opposite genders get united, just like in physics, sorry, I'm bringing the idea of physics in this theory. Just like in physics, people will when there are two or three forces that are acting together, two or more forces acting together, there is always a resultant force. It's also the same way in marriage. When two guys are together, then with different characteristics, there is always a resultant threat that will emerge, and that the two partners will have in common. Like if the guy is one kind of cunning person that doesn't accept flaws, and he's living with a lady for like after 2 years, that lady herself will also see herself acting in that direction or being that kind of person. That's because that's how it always is. Then what I'm saying is that in that early stages of marriage, if you don't sit down or watch out for the things that are good and bad about the person, after a long, the only thing that will happen is that you only start seeing the bad things about your partner, because bad things are always still seen than the good things. So you have to start from the inception and work out, open the package the right way, work out what your world, the new one you're about to create around yourself and your children is going to be. So that's one major thing that people will always neglect, and it will always come back to bite them hard. So that's I think that's all I have to say about the reasons why. I think the reason why things are no longer working the way they are supposed to be is because the way we go into it, we are even not understanding what we are going in to do, and also the way we handle it when we are there are the reasons why marriage no longer lasts. Then see, even previously, some churches always do insist that when you are about to get married, that you must attend marriage courses. Doesn't mean that you, being an adult, you cannot handle yourself and know what you are supposed to do. No, because there are fundamentals or basics towards everything. There are basics or fundamentals towards whatever thing you think that are difficult to handle. In marriage, there are things you need to understand, some things about it, what it is all about, and so you can go into it and then progress. That's why they institute marriage courses and expect you to attend them, so you know the things you're expected to do as a married person, because marriage is a different life. If things you did before you get engaged or you get united to someone is not what you are supposed to be doing again, because it is a stage of life, a mature stage of life, I should say. It is more secluded or secretive, because you can, if you are living a marital life and you are exposing everything you do to the public, you are just messing up your life, and it will end brutally or in the wrong way, because um everyone has its own. Go to different marriages, even the ones that are doing well, there are negative and many bad traits about them that they are managing. I'm not sure what judge. So as I was saying before, I was really interrupted. Marital life is a personal stuff. It's a personal life. You shouldn't be bringing it to the public, bringing it out to the public. It is something that is personal to you. Every family has their own flaws. Hmm? Every family has their own flaws, and they always package it. George is a cloth, a beautiful cloth that aged ladies or women do put on. When they tie the wrapper and then with their head tie, and they are looking wonderful and very, very attractive. But Odekomaka, it will be as if it's so beautiful, but one day untie it, you see that what is inside those clothes are something else. So that's what families and marriages are about. You have to handle yourself. It is a private area of life as an immature, because when you are small, you're always trying to see people, meet people, go here, go here, go. But once you're married, you go back within yourself and build a wall within you and your families. So that's just it. So let me in conclusion, people are no longer interested in knowing what they should do before they get married, as in the processes they should follow. And the second thing is that they don't understand what marriage is all about. They just go into it as another phase of enjoyment, of a single life enjoyment, and they mess everything up. The thirdly is that they don't know what it is that they should do at the onset, at the early stages of marriage, to build a lasting union or understanding of their partners at that early stage. They mess it up because onye amara ebe mmiri bido mabịa ka amagbe ya n'ụkwụsị ya, ije igbo ji kwuru n'okwu ka amara ebe mmiri si bịa n'okwu Igbo. From that place it started. That's where everything should start. If it doesn't start there, then you are just setting a pace for a failure. So that's just it. And at this point, I think I can conclude, and I'm concluding by telling you all that adults do not change. They can only fast, as in resist those things that they have always been doing like 10 to 15 years of their lives before they get engaged, just as a sacrifice to get a good house. That's just it. That cannot change. So if you are having a partner and the person is like you cannot be a spouse all the rest of your life, and you're married, because you're married, you now expect yourself to come and become an angel. The only thing is that you can just manage that your flaw and sacrifice it to get what you want. So if you are expecting your husband to change because you married him, it's not possible. That's why at the early stage, instant, you must understand the person that you are getting united to, and know the good things about the person, and then the bad things that you have to endure for the rest of your life. And it is ladies that has a high ability of endurance. It's natural in them. They endure during childbirth. They have that soft heart to withstand the pains of 9 month pregnancy and the rest of it. So it is natural in them, and they are the ones that build homes. If ladies of these days cannot understand that they are the ones, the backbone towards a peaceful family, that means that family can never work. And men are in their own ways, but it is ladies that unite, that bonds. And these days, ladies don't even care. That's why in England they tell you that a lady is supposed to be submissive to his husband, not because you are to be a slave. No, the reason is because ladies has that high tendency or ability to withhold and withstand. If you cannot be submissive to your husband, then you're being aggressive as the guy is himself is. The guy being faced with many challenges and have to be ready for the family. That means every two captains in the boat, it will ensure each other. So people don't know what they should be doing in marriage and don't even care to know. They follow the white man's tradition and they forget about who they really are, forgetting that Africans are ethnic beasts. So we don't know ourselves, and then we don't know what we are going to do, and we don't care to know, and that's why things are happening, and we are divorcing up and down everywhere. People think it's just a different way of enjoyment, thinking that this life is all about enjoyment. Life is all about you coming to know, study the world, and know the world, and then from there you provide solutions to things and create a different thing that, or a new things, or reshape the things that are running this and make it to be better, and that's just it. So at this point, I think I will have to end this here. If this um, stories, should I call it stories, are interesting, you can also encourage us.
Like, share, and comment. Share.
Yeah, I've spoken this English enough. Since I finished university, to speak English is always a war. So these days, I have to leave this stage my own way. Also, you was the way. Never I got no. Is authentic up one no more. Is authentic up one no more. Where the man now one. Is authentic up one no more.